Hey guys, it's Eric from Starcraft2Tactics.info. Today I'm going to be showing off one of the strategies I just recently discovered, actually. It's called the Barracks Rush. It's a very clever strategy that involves using siege tanks with a barracks, a floating barracks actually, to gain vision over a over a Terran opponent, so you can wipe out their blockage essentially that they'll have at their base. Now, it's an excellent strategy against dual Terran, which is why I'm demonstrating it this way. And it doesn't really matter what your partner is, because so long as you have a decent amount of siege tanks, you can pull the strategy off in just about any situation you want. But it is very careful to pay attention to certain things. I'm going to show you how I pulled it off right here. So my build order basically consisted of a refinery, two refineries actually. You definitely want to go for double refineries because siege tanks cost a decent amount. Two factories and then two barracks. And the one barracks I'm going to use to build units, while the other barracks I use to gather vision of my opponent, which is these two guys right here. These two guys, this one guy attempts a Reaper rush and it fails. Essentially because he sends in Reapers against tanks, which is pretty much just a bad idea. He probably should have scouted us or figured out what we were doing before he sent this Reaper rush in. But whatever, it doesn't really matter. The point is, one of the partners Reaper rushes, and the other one does the usual Terran thing, which is to turtle and build MMM, which is something that any person who has played against Terran before is used to, especially on maps like Discord. So, anyways, these are our opponents right here. Obviously, these are going to make great targets for my siege tanks once I get them into place, and it's going to be really frustrating for my opponent. And right now, you can see here I got my two factories, I got my two barracks, and my opponent has a lot of infantry, which is excellent. That's exactly what I wanted him to do. Now, we see these Reapers coming in here, and then he sends a couple more through, and obviously they don't last long against siege tanks, because it's kind of, ridiculous. So, boom, there they go. Anyways, what you want to do when you first get into position, now I'm going to show you this here in a minute, because I get delayed by that attack, right? So it pushes me back a minute. We're not even 10 minutes into the game right now, but the point is, when you first get into position, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build a couple of bunkers. Alright? You can see my barracks is chilling out right here. It's ready to go. There's really not much threatening it right now. But you want to I build a series of bunkers right outside their base. Right about, you see where they are? This is where the first one goes up. This is where the second one goes up. You see that? So, we're going to have a good vantage point here. We're going to be able to move these siege tanks in gradually. Now, you don't want to build it right here because they'll see it. Right here, you'll be just out of view and they won't quite suspect anything. They'll just think, oh, he's attacking, or he's moving around, or he's scouting, or he's doing whatever. By the time he figures out what you're doing, chances are it's going to be too late. See, he comes in and tries to attack here, but my Protoss ally knows what to do. He brought a bunch of infantry with him, and fortunately we were lucky enough to survive that. And then, of course, the barracks aspect of the barracks rush comes in right at this point. Let me show you right here. Well, right after this attack right here, see? Because he tries to get through and he gets owned and he retreats. But here comes the barracks to save the day. The barracks is actually providing my siege tanks with vision. It's kind of a clever trick, actually. Someone used it on me a couple of games ago, so I decided to try it myself, and I was pretty impressed with it, actually. And you see here I got an SCV repairing it. Yeah, you want to keep an SCV down by your base repairing whatever it is that wherever your barracks is, whatever it's doing. So this guy's down here just repairing it in case he tries to damage it. Meanwhile, I'm getting vision, and we're breaking holes in their defenses. And this is just an excellent way to crack the turtle shell. This is just unreal how effective this is. And see, he tries to attack it, so I pull it back. And then I think he actually managed to take out one of my siege tanks here. And it's funny because the one guy actually quits out at this point. This purple player right here, which is kind of funny to me, but whatever, it happens. It's not really a big deal. Anyways, the point is, you can basically see the whole thing playing out right at this point. this is pretty much the beginning of the end for these guys. I mean, once you get the barracks over and you manage to take out a couple of their blocking units, and you manage to bring in support of your own, you know, it's basically a downhill struggle for him. The only thing he can do in this situation that's really effective is go air, which is why I do eventually, at some point, building an engineering depot and start getting ready to build air defenses down here. But he never actually brings it to that point, so I pretty much just keep bringing in siege tanks until he's dead. So yeah, this is a really great strategy for double Terran. I highly recommend it. And as it gets into late game, yeah, one of the things you can do, build barracks with, you know, just start massing units right outside his base and start sending them in and have your opponent send in infantry as well. Really awesome. Overall, just awesome strategy. Highly recommend using it against double Terran.